Black Adam or
Shang-Chi.
Love and Thunder. I'm gonna say that
Black
one.
and Thunder.
That's easy.
I
Black
mean,
Adam.
Black and Thunder.
Damn, that's your porn name?
Black and Thunder.
Black Adam.
That's what you was at last weekend, weren't you?
Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, whatever time you happen to be catching our podcast right now. This is the Multiverse Unlimited podcast. You're here with me, Terrence T. Mobile Simon, or Miles Morales, as some of you know me. I go by many monikers. I'm here today with Cosmic Lou. How you doing today?
I'm a lazy bum. I got 4 jobs. But no, living the dream, man. Honestly, I'm happy to have a panel. Looking at us and living the dream, man, basically. Loving life.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Before I move on, just want to mention I missed you guys. I haven't been here in like, 5-6 weeks? Something
Yeah.
like that.
Wow, it's been that long.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Been a minute because
Yeah.
I've been out there, working, doing the thing myself. So, Tasha, one of you. How you been, girl?
Hello. I've been good. Good to be back this week. I did miss last week. I guess you could call it out on assignment, but I am back.
All right. Meghan the Oracle, what's up?
Hey, I'm good. Taking care of that baby.
As you should.
A toddler. Ooh,
I
God.
know that life. Yeah. J-Pat, Dr. Doom, what's up?
What's going on? How's everybody feeling?
Feeling great, man. Hey, do me a favor. Turn your echo on real quick and say something really cool.
Really cool. All right, let me see.
Cool for this generation.
Cool for this generation. I don't know what's cool for all these young millennial whippersnappers out there. Why don't you get some hot chocolate, sit back and relax?
It sounds like we all need to go to the group.
Say
We all
hello.
need to join in for group skate.
That was good.
That was great. It's like I want to go skating now.
Right? What's it called?
Roll bounce. Oh yeah.
Get that
Hit 'em
sweetness.
sexy a little bit. All right. Next we got Mike Black Adam Jones. What's going on, brother?
What's going on? It's mighty fine, mighty fine. Everything is good. And I'm awake.
All
I'm
right.
good. I'm conscious. So we better
For
hurry
how
this
long,
shit
though?
up.
Yeah, for those of you out there that don't know, we record this on Friday nights. Usually we always say we're going to get started at 9, then it becomes 9:30, and then by the time we really get started, it gets closer to 10 o'clock. So it's
It's 9 in spirit.
almost 10:15 right now on a Friday night. Some of us a little tired, some of us got to work in the morning, so gets a little goofy. So, and last but not
But we
least,
do it for you
got
guys.
Quincy Q. We got Quincy QP the Source, the man that brought us all together. What's going on, brother?
I am tired. Excited about the DC stuff. It's been a good week since last Friday.
Oh,
so
yeah.
excited. I've been yelling at people this week at work about comic books and how they should read, and it's been a good week.
I didn't come up better. You gonna fuss about me this week, will you? I didn't do nothing.
No, somebody at work, and I love her dearly, but we don't talk during work because I lost an hour on Monday arguing with her via Teams. So
Jeez.
like,
Hey, you got paid
But
for
it
that
was
hour,
cool.
though. You got paid for that
yeah,
hour.
I did. But my boss's boss might be listening to this, so I was not arguing for an hour. I was working for an hour. Like,
In for a penny, in for a dime. That's why I poop on company time.
so yeah.
God damn, there's a rhyme for everything.
Oh, shit.
I ain't know where she was going
Oh,
with that one.
Oh, it's great.
All right. Well, now we've got the introduction out of the way. We got a full show for you today. We got our full Black Adam spoiler review. We're going to talk about the Ant-Man trailer. We're going to talk about Henry Cavill because he's out there talking about his glorious return. We're also going to talk about James Gunn. He is
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be heading up the DC universe. Green Lantern rumored casting, and Roadhouse, and a couple other things out there we're going to throw out into the universe there. So let's take it away. I guess we'll start out with our Black Adam full spoiler review. So who wants to start up?
Oh man, I'll take it.
All
I'll
right,
gladly
Lou.
take it. I loved it. It was. I'm gonna start off by saying I took my wife, and like halfway through the movie, she made the note of saying, Marvel over the past couple of years, most recent years, have made movies that just happen to have heroes in it, and this movie, she said, this is a comic book that is on the big screen. And I agree with her 100%. And Quincy, my favorite quote from Quincy was like, that woman was a GD genius. So I was like,
That's the truth.
yeah. There's one bad takeaway I could take from it. There's only one bad scene in Act 3, but DC can't get Act 3 right. But that's the only downside. And it was the weird placement of the resurrection of the dead people. That was the only scene that I didn't really get down on that movie with. The rest of it was great, action packed. It was just, you couldn't sit still. I mean, even if you had to pee, you just had to take that. You had to take the cup that you had the Coke in, and you just think about it. You're like, I'm gonna just hold it. So, but yeah, it was an amazing movie. I can't see anything bad about it, except for that 15 minutes of dumb zombies. Then after that, it was just amazing.
Who were very easy to take out.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was story. It was good story because it united the people of the town, and I didn't realize how impactful Jay-Z and the Rock Nation was until the kid held up the rock and united the whole city. And they even looked at Kanye and said, nah, we ain't with you.
Oh, man. Multiverse Unlimited has cut ties with Kanye
West. Yes. Forever.
Wait, we can't listen to College Dropout no more?
That's the only album I will ever listen to from Kanye.
Yeah.
The rest of it.
He is no longer allowed on this podcast. We will be cutting all ties with him. He will no longer be a part of our t-shirt
and we're all wearing Skechers, so you're not invited. But Black Adam was amazing. I think it's a great jump off point. To compare it like they did earlier with, how Iron Man was treated in the jump off point that Iron Man gave the MCU, I could see it. And I really just like the way that they handled it. They stayed true to the character because all that Black Adam ever wanted was Kahndaq to be left the hell alone. And that's pretty much what the movie ran with. And comic accuracy. And of course, my big fake cousin Dwyane Johnson was running the show. And I think it was an amazing show. I think it really do. So, yeah.
All right. Who wants to step up to the plate next?
Tasha.
Me? Uh-oh. I might be a minute because I have several different thoughts that I want to get out. I did like the movie. I was entertained start to finish for sure. The one thing that I will say is when we are in spoilers, so I will be talking details. The one thing that threw me off was when we got to the part where Black Adam said Shazam, got rid of his powers, locked up in Argus's. Was it Argus or was it a different part of?
It's Argus.
Okay. Yeah, so locked up in Argus and the bad guy died. And I was like, okay, I guess we're heading towards the end of the movie. And then it was just like, no, wait, there's more. I was like, oh, okay, there's more. And it lasted another 20, 30 minutes. It felt like the resurrection of the dead part and then bringing Black Adam back from his hypersleep or cryosleep. should have been something that happened in a sequel, but I know that was not something that's really idealistic. It's just that that's how the movie mapped out for me. And then to Lou's point about the zombie horde in the middle of town, just randomly thrown in the middle of that, I was like, okay, so we have a fight with Satan. Zombies are running around, or not zombies, but like the undead are running around.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. It was just
right
weird based off of the pacing we went through for the first 2 acts of the movie. I out of all the characters that we saw, I really liked Dr. Fate the most. His character was just, the actor did so good. Pierce Brosnan did just so good. And
he was a pimp.
and he was, so I could understand who he was, because they were like, oh, it's Ken. I was like, oh, that's the guy from Young Justice season 1 who Wally met before he died and got sucked up into the Helmet of Fate. Now, one other thing that I've noticed, now you guys might have to help me with this because I'm, again, referencing to Young Justice. It seemed like when Kent had the helmet on, they said in the movie he's possessed, but he didn't act like he was possessed. He acted like it was just, yes, he acted like it was just Kent wearing the helmet. And he was just freely taking it on and off, on and off. I'm like, what?
That's the one
Naboo,
little detail they got wrong.
Naboo is supposed to be in control, right? I'm like, Naboo's supposed to be in control. So what is happening right now?
So was all of, I mean, correct me, all of Kent's consciousness was gone whenever he was rocking the lid, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Naboo.
So Naboo was in full control?
Well, it's not, his consciousness isn't gone. It's just suppressed.
It's in the helmet. Yeah, it's like switch places with the Naboo and the helmet. In Young Justice, I don't know how it is on comic book page.
I mean, Young Justice is very accurate. That's why I was asking, because I was confused. I mean, Young Justice is accurate, and so I was like, well, maybe Kent's consciousness was just there for that moment because Naboo decided to let him in for that second. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But it seemed like the movie didn't have a moment to really differentiate between Kent and Naboo. So that was weird to me.
No, he was Tony Stark. He was taking off his helmet whenever he needed to. Like he just kept taking it off.
He's like, yeah, he's waiting for the one finger from Strange.
Every 3 damn seconds he was taking that helmet off.
That was his contractual obligation for FaceTime.
Right. Like, you see this mustache? It has to be shown.
And to tie it back to Young Justice, in the show, when you take the helmet off, Naboo's costume goes off with it. Like, the Dr. Fate costume goes off. There have been times where Kent took the helmet off and he's still in full costume. So I'm like, is that accurate to comic book? And Young Justice just changed it so we could understand who was who? Or did they get that wrong again, too? It's not something that I hate about the movie. It's just something I happen to notice based off of other stuff I've seen.
Liberties.
And then one other thing, which just made me entirely confused. So we have the Atom Smasher Cyclone, Hawkman, and Dr. Fate as the Justice Society. I'm like, okay, is this supposed to be a different Justice Society of America? Because the Justice Society of America, I thought, came before the Justice League, especially comic book history. So I'm like, what's happening?
This is strictly DCEU's version. You know, it's like that Costco whiskey we were talking about earlier. It's just their version of whiskey. That's all I can say.
That's why I was like, so what? I'm probably diving way too deeply into this, but I'm like, okay, so we already had the Justice League movies. Are we scrapping that? And so now we're starting off with the Justice Society, or are they coexisting at the same time in this universe?
Those teams coexist in comics.
Okay.
Like, they coexist. Like, there's like an older, I want to say pre-war team, and like there's a current team with Terrific and Stargirl. Like, they're side by side with the Justice League, and there have been JSA members that have been Justice League members, and I don't know about vice versa, but like they coexist. But there is an older version of that Justice Society team.
Yeah. I knew that one existed, but in terms of this universe, I was kind of confused because I know that Hawkman is a member of the Justice League, and
It's JSA first for him. Like I said,
oh, it
like
is
there have been
okay.
JSA members that have been on Justice League.
Okay.
Like Justice League has poached their roster numerous times.
Okay.
Everybody's in the Justice League in DC.
Okay. So yeah, that threw me off a little bit. I've never seen anything where JSA and the Justice League have existed at the same time. So that was confusing to me. I thought that JSA existed before Justice League, and then once Justice League happened, Justice Society just didn't exist. So that's new information for me. Okay. Yeah, other than those things, I thought that the visual effects were good. You know, when it came to like the fighting and just Black Adam flying around and showing off his powers. The one thing that was funny though is the scene where he got out of bed and you just see the Rock's wrinkles on the back of his head. I was like, that was entertaining for me a little bit. I was just
you gonna mess with the man's hot dog
I
pack.
was like, okay, all the folds. I was like, that's really him, huh? Okay. Yeah, I would definitely see this movie again. I think they did a very good job. It was definitely better than Wonder Woman 1984. Much better. Much better.
Yeah, it's a very low bar, but we'll take it. We'll take it.
All right, let me stop. I'm done. Someone else can go now because it's going to sound like I'm talking negatively, but it's just I had all these different. I just had all these different thoughts.
That's what it's for. And it's a warning to anybody that asks Tasha to tell me about my flaws, because she's going to tell you, your feet stink, and like you need to iron your clothes.
You got a hot dog pack on the back of your neck.
Right. Like, I don't like looking at it. Like,
no,
can
it was
you not get a haircut?
It was weird to have that like be the main focus of him getting out of bed, and it's just back of head folds.
Pack of glizzies. Got the pack of glizzies.
Glizzy neck.
Okay, at least zoom out a little bit. Just zoom out a little bit.
Sounds like he had him on a pedestal that he
hands was ashy.
Right? Got the ashy knuckles in the close up.
They should have did the Henry Cavill lip removal on his neck.
So you gonna make him self-conscious now. He gonna be like, yo, you know what, for the DVD,
I'm sorry.
get rid
He
of
gonna get Botox in his neck wrinkles.
Right?
He's listening. Yeah. I'm sorry.
They're gonna green screen the back of his head.
That shit go to streaming. Get rid of that hot dog pack.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Did you say Mr. The Rock?
Sir Rock.
Sir Rock.
Ciroc. This isn't Dini's vodka.
That's exactly Sir Rock. Oh shit. Oh, the glizzy pack. The glizzy.
Got the glizzy.
Okay, well, that was very thorough. Who is next?
I guess I'll go. Who else has seen it? I guess everybody except
I've seen it.
everybody but Oracle.
Everybody
Not
but
me.
but I've seen it.
You've seen it? I'm interested to hear what Mike has to say.
All right, let's go. I liked it. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. But there are some things that I love, and there's some things I wanted more of. I ain't gonna say I didn't like, but I wanted more of. One, I liked how he floated around. When he was floating around, his feet didn't touch the ground. I loved it. But I also think he wasn't quite mean enough. I wanted him to be meaner. He was just
He just woke up. He can't be extra mad. Like, I'm playing.
Yeah. I wanted him to be meaner. Maybe he'll get there. That's why I'm hoping. Because you saw glimpses, for me, I saw glimpses of Black Adam. It's in there. It's right there. Go a little further here. You almost there.
When he ripped old boy apart, that seemed pretty effing angry to me.
Right. I mean, but I'm just, this is where I was at. I wanted more. He was like, I don't know. I never seen. Yeah, I have seen Black Adam with like a little child sidekick, but that kid got ate by a gator. So I mean, so that's my really. I liked it. I had no real problems. I didn't really understand why the Justice Society. I'm sorry, just decided this dude been asleep for 5,000 years. He's bad off the rip. They ain't even gonna talk to him. They didn't try to say, hey, just gonna lock him up just because he's awake. And how they do so much was just a little bit to me. Like, come on, man. Like they were waiting for him almost. That was a little bit much.
I can dig that.
They were like damn near prepared for him.
Damn near.
Yeah, it's just like, how did Amanda Waller know that he woke up?
Right.
Or that he was about to wake up?
She's Amanda Waller.
And who he was and how to get his powers to stop. And they just knew everything. It was just...
Bro, like that's what she does. Like the same way she knew about the Enchantress, and like it's info and everything. We're taking liberties. Yeah.
We're taking liberties, but let me think about what else was it. But that's like I say, I enjoyed the movie. I want him darker next time. I definitely need him to be darker next time. I need him to be meaner. I need him. He killed people, and I loved it. But a lot of them. I just want that. Like I said, it was right there scratching the surface of what I was wanting. I didn't. You know what was crazy? They had to CGI him down. He was so big that they had to CGI his ass to look smaller. That was wild to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if
he had. Go ahead. He had super traps, kind of like Jay's picture. He had no neck. It was earlobe to shoulder, is what it was.
So he was working out too hard.
Now,
a lot.
Did anybody catch it? That the kid, his son, when he was in the hero form, that was one of the guys that plays the Young Rock in the TV show. That was the one that played the college Rock.
I thought it was his stunt double.
No, that was the college Rock. That was the one of the three boys that played him. You got the little kid, and you got the middle one, and you got the oldest. That's the oldest one that played him.
Okay, when he picked him up out of the dirt, and it was like, and he gave him the powers.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That was cool. I thought that was pretty cool.
All right.
I'm thinking about anything. Yeah, I had all the same problems Tasha had with Dr. Fate, but it's a movie, so I had to go with it. Now, it's the only thing I'm trying to think of anything else I had anything to say about it, but this because I don't want to sound like I'm bashing it, and I really enjoyed it. That did kind of catch me off guard. Like all of a sudden we got zombies, but I didn't. It didn't mention the zombies nowhere else in this movie, and all of a sudden zombies are here. Like, where did zombies come from? That did kind of throw me off, but it didn't kill it for me. But it just kind of made me look at it sideways. But I was really about to be. They fixed it, the whole crown thing. They did all this trouble for this crown, and then nothing happened. And all of a sudden, then the guy got resurrected into the devil form. And the one thing about the fight I didn't like with him and Black Adam is it should have been one-on-one. I didn't need Hawkman to interfere. I needed Black Adam to just one-on-one. I got this. But
okay,
that was me. But like I said, I did enjoy it. I think to answer some of the questions we got last week, I would pretty much put it over all of Marvel Phase 4. I don't think, except for maybe Spider-Man, there's no other Marvel movie Phase 4 that I would pick over this. I can't even. I don't think I picked not Shang-Chi, not none of them. I would pick this over pretty much all those.
So, wow.
Yeah, easily.
Okay.
Definitely the TV shows. Definitely that.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
But that's it. Hope it's. Sir, was that satisfactory there, sir? Or do you expect me to have more hate and vitriol for it?
I did. I thought you was going to have more bass in your voice.
It's late. It'll be all right. That's all I got for you at 10:30. Shit.
There wasn't no mutants in there or nothing.
Nothing. I mean, he got a new wife and stepson. It was cool, I guess. I don't know.
So he's stepdaddy now.
Hey, he might as well be. I mean,
maybe he can give him some of those Shazam powers.
Hey, but again, when he did that in the comics, they got ate by an alligator, and then World War III started. So the potential's there. And remember, World War III was just everybody and just him. That was his ass. And damn. So maybe. I'm ready to see that happen.
Hell yeah.
But that's all I got.
He wants to still.
I guess I'll go next, unless QP want to go.
I'm gonna go. I mean, you can go.
Right.
I'm still.
Yeah, for me, I loved it. I thought it was great. I think I agree with Mike. It's pretty much I think it's the best comic book movie of this current generation, like better than just about everything in Phase 4, except for maybe Spider-Man. I dug almost everything about it except for some of the pacing. That's not true. I think the villain was a little lackluster. They could have buffed that up a little bit. But yeah, that whole battle with the JSA, I think it was a little too long. It was cool, but it's like that shouldn't be the main battle of the movie. That should have been like, okay, JSA is here. Let's introduce the characters, see what's going on. Get a little bit of perspective on them, and then get to the rest of the Black Adam story. Or even they could have took some of it away and then expounded on, say, like Dr. Fate, because everybody seems like to love Dr. Fate. So take some of that time, that screen time they did for that long JSA battle, and develop some of these other characters. And the zombie thing, they could have cut that whole thing out. They could have. It seems like, I mean, when you start talking about it, it seems like you're like kind of down it a little bit, but it's like it wasn't really necessary. It's like you got some townsfolk like hitting zombies with like table legs and stuff. Like, I didn't really need that. Like, they could have just cut that whole scene out, and then they could have added something. They could have added more time with the final fight. It's like, because it was badass how it ended. Like, he ripped them in half from top to bottom. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that in a comic book movie before. But it's like the road to get there was like 30 seconds. 30 seconds of fight. Like, Hawkman fight a little bit. Then they jumped him a little bit. Then he got hype and ripped him in half. It's like, oh, okay. Maybe not have the zombies in there and have them fight a little longer.
Exactly.
But overall, I think it was good. I like where they're going with it. If they're going to use this as like the linchpin for their next phase of their extended universe, I'm for it. I'm with it. I'm trying to see where they're going. I like it so far.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, so let me start off with what I did not like. Little boy got on my nerves. No, I don't need any notes. It's all up here. I didn't like the little boy. He's a little annoying. So the zombie fight, like you guys said, I could do without that. That's all I did not like with the movie. Everything else I liked. I thought it fell short of being like great, and I think it was only limited just because it was an origin story. I like that they brought the JSA in because like you're doing world building with them. Jay, you're the second person I heard this week say that they wanted more from the background from the JSA, and like I'll watch a movie. Like I entered that movie saying like I don't care about Hawkman. I want to see more Hawkman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How did he get so rich?
Hey, like years of investment.
How to get that haircut?
And where did he get that that fly kente cloth suit?
Yeah.
He's
He
from
was
Wakanda.
Right.
What's the actor's name?
Aldous Hodge.
Yeah,
Aldous Hodge.
He was great. Like he's
gonna be Alex Cross.
I didn't watch that, but it was really good. They bridged a couple of different DC eras with the Snyder, with Gunn's Justice League. Suicide Squad. The lady who was in the prison was on Suicide Squad movie. She was one of the people that
she was
rebelled.
A golf club girl.
Right. So like with one stroke, they connected everything.
What lady?
The lady with the blonde hair that was in the prison. That
clipboard chick.
Yeah.
Okay.
That greeted Fate and Hawkman. Were you asleep?
No, I just didn't. I haven't seen Suicide Squad. I didn't know who she was.
Oh, okay. So like that kind of bridged all that together. It was really a good positive step in the right direction for them. Like I like this movie better like than all the Phase 4. Disney movies also, except there were a couple that were on par. But I enjoyed this movie. I think The Rock did a good job. DC needed some energy, some direction, and we'll talk more on that later. But this was a W for them coming into this week, and again, like I'm gonna go back to what I was saying, like with the Marvel stuff, like you can have that, but you need an alternative. This was a good alternative to what we've been seeing. Like have that, have what the Marvel, the juice boxes and all that other stuff. Like DC, I need the grim, I need the stakes, I need the battles. I was expecting more from the last fight. I would have liked to see Adam go against the demon
by himself. He didn't,
by himself, and JSA, y'all can do crowd control. This ain't y'all movie. When it's y'all movie, y'all can be more involved.
That's what I'm thinking. This is my city. Yeah, let me defend my country. Y'all go, get the hell out of the way.
Right.
Was he at 100% though? Was Black Adam at 100% during that fight? I can't remember.
It doesn't matter. He should have been 1-on-1. It'd have been better if he won't 100%. He'd have came from the
I'm just curious.
Aren't you automatically 100% when you say Shazam? Like everything, you're starting over, right? Like he had a fresh cape
right.
and
he had a fresh, clean cape. He had clean,
clean
bracelets.
It wasn't dirty.
Yellow,
and
it was shining. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad that he didn't like rule over them. Like it would be. Like I wanted to see it happen, but I'm glad he didn't do it. I know he's trying to turn this character into anti-hero. And he's, like he found a character that he can identify with, he can make work. And like, I think he did a good job. I want to see more Dwyane. I know I was concerned. I know Robert was concerned leading up to this, but like I don't have any concern with him moving forward. He's been successful, for the most part, and the media is the reason why he gets paid so much money. He sold this movie and he performed, and yes, he was acting. It's not typecasting; it's playing to someone's strength, and like he did. He made people, I hope, want to go read some Black Adam comics or whatever. Like I think that should be the end goal. But it was really good. If the third act went differently, it would have been great. But overall, like I want to see this movie again. I just have to find time.
Dig it. Terrence, what'd you think about it, my man?
Yeah.
And then there was T-Money.
Oh,
okay.
man.
No, I liked it. Uh-oh. What's everybody worried about? No, I liked it. What's everybody worried about? Relax. It's a movie. I liked it. I had a good time at the cinema. I can definitely repeat some of the things you guys said. The Rock played to his strengths because the character is a little more stoic than the characters he usually plays. He didn't get to display his full reserve of charm, but it still showed through in some ways. There wasn't a lot of downtime. I mean, this is a movie that you can definitely not say is boring. There's always momentum.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a good time, in my opinion. I like the performances. Aldous Hodge, I watched him on a show on Showtime called City on the Hill. He's great on that. He did a good job in this. Pierce Brosnan, I mean, we already know he's the man. He was really good as Dr. Fate. I like the rapport between Cyclone and Atom Smasher. In some ways, I wanted more of them, but at the same time, since it's Adam's movie, if I'd gotten more of them, it would have taken away from his story. So I think we got just the right amount of them. Just enough to make you want to see a movie with just the Justice Society. Gives you just that little bit of taste to make you go, hey, you know what? I'd like to see a movie with these guys. So maybe in a few years when, James Gunn and his partner get, their ball rolling, we'll see a movie with the Justice Society. To reiterate Quincy's point, the kid, he can hit the streets. I could do without the kid. It reminded me, it felt like...
Don't say Iron Man 3.
No, not even Iron Man 3. It felt like when they were writing the script, somebody had just finished watching Terminator 2.
Oh
And
shit!
they decided, hey, we need a young John Connor type with all the shit about, yeah, this is how you can't, this is how you be a hero. You need a cool catchphrase and all this stuff. It was like that. The only thing he didn't do was tell him to not kill, because everybody in Kondak was cool with him killing, because finally they had a hero. A funny thing, a really interesting point that they brought up was that when the Justice Society rolled into town and they kept telling Adam, you can't kill, heroes don't kill. I like that the lead female stepped up and said, hey, you guys didn't give a damn about us until we had a hero of our own. Now you want to come and be our rescuers and tell the one man who finally stepped in and helped us defeat Intergang, who's been here for 27 years. Now you want to step in and play the hero. Like, the hell with y'all. He's been doing what you guys haven't done all this time. So the hell with y'all. We don't want you to come in here and tell him what he can and can't do. He's stepping up and doing something you haven't done in all this time. He woke up and started fixing our problems. What the hell have you guys been doing? You've been around forever. So that was cool. But the funny thing is, they're telling him, like, heroes don't do this, heroes don't do that, heroes don't kill. And they immediately start attacking him in like the most crowded urban area that you can. They almost killed the lady and her kid. Like, if Dr. Fate hadn't teleported them out the way, they were going to get hit with that rebar. So I'm like, they were doing mad crazy damage to that town. Just to
took Kondak a piece.
Hey, you can't kill. Yeah. Like when Atom Smasher got knocked out and fell, like he could have fell and took out a whole mass of people. So I'm like, yeah, maybe y'all should have just had a nice, cozy chat first instead of just immediately trying to piss this man off. Like, y'all could have gone about this another way. So special effects were good. The slow motion battle against the military, that was dope. That was dope. Yeah, that was very, very dope. We already mentioned the undead fight that kind of came out of nowhere, and I noticed in a few reviews people complaining that Adam could immediately, once he woke up in the modern world, he was able to speak English, and I'm just like, magic.
He has magical powers. Like,
hey, magical powers.
What's going on?
And immediately when he said Shazam and he became just regular skinny rock, he was speaking in his native tongue again. So I'm like, all right, it's magic. Like, just chalk it up. Like, you got to have a little suspension of disbelief with these things. Like, yeah, I mean, some things you can pick at, but that's an easy one to go along with and say, all right, like,
and doesn't he has the equivalent to the wisdom of Solomon, right? I don't know which one it is, but
yeah.
So that automatically answers that question.
He has the same power set. Yeah, he has the same power set as Shazam.
So that automatically answers that question.
Yeah,
he knows everything.
Yeah, and then like a lot of superhero movies, the bad and the good ones. The third act, that villain. I mean, he wasn't that interesting before he, went all demon and whatnot. But then once he did go demon, like, I thought he was even less interesting, if that was even possible. And then when Adam goes and faces off with him, you're thinking, all right, at least we'll get a cool fight out of this. And it, like you said, it was like, 30 seconds of fighting? It's like all this build up to this. It was like that. You guys ever watch those pitch meeting videos on YouTube?
Yeah.
So Lou knows what I'm talking about. So basically, there's this build up, and then the guy goes, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be like a awesome fight, right? Like the good guy, he's gonna come up against this bad guy with all these powers, and it's gonna be such an overwhelming battle, and he's gonna be down and out." And then the other guy goes, "Oh no, actually, it's gonna be super easy, barely an inconvenience." And that's what it was. He just rips him in half.
Wasn't Fate's battle with him a little more interesting than The Rock's battle with him?
The
Absolutely.
JSA versus Black Adam was more interesting.
Yeah, it's like he said earlier. That was a better battle overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, I like the fact. I love that Hawkman was holding his own, but he had to sneak him. Hawkman had to sneak him. He snuck him just to put him in the dirt. And then when Rock woke up, he was like, "All right, I'm done. I'm done playing with you guys. I'm done messing with y'all."
Yeah, I did like that because it was like you knew Hawkman had no chance in hell, but he kept at it. The Rock played with him for a little bit, so I was like, all right, you know what, I'm done with y'all. This, but I for all the nitpicks, I had a really good time. I know before initial reviews came out, the first impressions were this is a new paradigm shift in the DCEU. This is a new Genesis or whatever. Me, I thought it was business as usual, but I was okay with the business that DC was doing. The last DCEU movie that they put out was The Suicide Squad, and I mean, that was great. That was amazing in my opinion, and that led into Peacemaker. So the last few decisions that they had made within this universe, I was fine with. And Black Adam obviously has that connective tissue. It's all still tied in with that. And then, of course, Rock made good on his promise. He brought back Cavill. So we got the promise of Superman coming back into the fold. And so for me, it was business as usual. I mean, it's a good jumping on point to me for anybody who's kind of been out of the loop for a while. You don't have to have seen any of the past couple years of movies to be able to jump into this and have a good time, because especially if anybody's got any questions about the Justice Society, I mean, we all do, because there's no previous movies about them. So any questions that a general audience might have, people who are steeped in this stuff, who have seen the last few movies, we do too. We come in with some comic book movie knowledge, but this isn't just these characters are being introduced to us for the first time in this universe. So we're coming into this as fresh as people are who haven't seen the last few movies. So they've left a little mystery on the plate for us to fill in the gaps later with maybe some new movies down the line. So it's a good jumping on point with some connective tissues to the past and promising some good things down the line for us. Just a good old fun time. The issues that I have aren't things that would make me go, yeah, not worth your time. Definitely can have a really good time with this. I think even if you're a person who's had some issues with some DC movies in the past, I think this is one where you can go and brush aside some of the criticisms and just have an awesome side. I mean, The Rock is the man. The acting's good. The action's great. Third act, little iffy, but I think it holds together pretty well. All said and done.
Yeah, I agree. I like the fact that they mentioned that the whole Blackbird jet. I'm just kidding. It was made of nth metal and indestructible, and it held up. I mean, The Rock never punched it, but it had like cool little sections on it and stuff like that. I thought that was one of my favorite things. And Hawkman was, I want more Hawkman. He went toe to toe with the Man in Black and just absolutely held his own. He had to whip out all the special weapons and all the rest of that jazz. And so, yeah,
that Man in Black thing made my stomach hurt though. I didn't tell me the Man in Black sent you. No, shit, no.
He never got it out though. He always messed it up. He was like,
much.
"Tell
he
them
shouldn't even tried shit." Goddamn it, he don't know. Hell no.
So last week when we did the comparisons, Lou, it was you and Mike. Who did you do it with?
Jay. It was me.
Yeah. And Mike already said that he'd take this over all the Phase 4 movies. So Tasha and Terrence, your turn, right? So this movie, Black Adam or Black Widow?
Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Black Adam or Spider-Man? No Way Home.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Okay, that's what we're saying. Okay, here's a hard one. Black Adam or Eternals?
Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Black Adam and Multiverse of Madness. Or Multiverse of Madness.
Black Adam.
I'm gonna say even.
Okay. And Black Adam or
Shang-Chi.
Love and Thunder. I'm gonna say that
Black
one.
and Thunder.
That's easy.
I mean,
Black Adam.
Black and Thunder.
Yeah, that's your porn name.
Black and Thunder.
Black Adam.
That's what you was at last weekend,
Like
weren't
a
you?
good
That's
malt
what happened. That's what's.
Let me get that good
Terrence
Black
said that. Black and Thunder malt liquor. Brought to you by.
Nah, that's what she did when she don't be here on Friday nights. I think Black and Thunder. That's what's be going on.
So this was the hard one. This was the hard one for us last week. Shang-Chi or Black Adam.
Get that Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
You look disappointed.
No.
I'm not.
This one's hard.
Yeah,
They're kind
it
of
was
even
hard.
for me.
Then you can say even. We
Yeah,
were saying that last
For
week.
me, it's even.
Don't sound so sorry. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I thought I said
It's
I
your
liked
opinion.
Spider-Man,
Run
though.
with it.
Yeah.
All right. So I like to do grades. You know, I love these. Miles get A minus, A plus. I think I did it wrong last week. I don't care. I'm gonna do it again. What you got, Terrence? Report card.
I'm gonna throw it a B minus. I believe that's the same grade I gave Multiverse. So Multiverse of Madness. So I think for me they were even. I had about the same entertainment value out of both.
Mike, Adam.
I got to go with the B. I think I said it wrong. I think No Way Home kind of edges out only because it has 3 Spider-Man. If it didn't have the 3 Spider-Man, it'd be Black Adam. But other than that, yeah, all the other Phase 4, I'm picking this over. And I got one more thing I want to quick say, and I'm done with it. If I'd have got, I think The Rock, the character The Rock is what I wanted. We got a lot of Dwayne. I wanted more of The Rock. I wanted a lot more of the eyebrow raising.
The WWE
So,
heel.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
You needed a people's elbow.
I needed to,
That would've sold the
come
movie
out
for
here
you.
with this, my $500 shirt on. I wanted The Rock. I wanted that.
It's like,
Yeah.
I don't
The
think heroes should
probable.
kill. It doesn't matter what you
Exactly.
think.
They're right there.
Exactly.
Right there.
See, Mike, DC's trying to gain ground, trying to get fans. People will walk. I would have walked out if you would have said that shit. That would have been it.
But no, I mean, he had to say that particular, but he could. I wanted the attitude, though. That's what I wanted.
You just said you wanted them meaner, but you just
The Rock is
now you
mean.
wanna-
I don't want Dwayne. I want The Rock. I want him to be mean. Yeah. He'd be mean to be like, my wife said I'm a villain anyway, so which we've already said I'm going to be the bad guy. So I'm going to make jokes as I kill people. It's okay. I just,
Meg, when are you going to see it? Oh,
I don't
baby.
know.
All right, we're going to put an NA for you. All right, Tasha.
B plus.
All right. B plus. We got to get Rob later. And Lou, what you got?
I'm gonna go with a B plus with Tasha. B plus, A minus, but I'm leaning toward the B plus because the third act was a little sandpaperish on me, but I stick with the B plus.
Jay.
I'm gonna give it a solid B plus. Couple little things they could adjust it and fix it, and put it in a solid A.
So B plus is your final answer?
B plus final answer.
I will give it. So what's A minus is less than the A, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A
Yes.
minus for Quincy.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, wow. That's strong.
It is strong. A little too strong. B plus.
So it went from a
I'm
90
just
to
going
an
to be
89.
goddamn grumpy. That's what that was. That's exactly. I'm going to be cantankerous just for no reason. That's what that
I want to tell you about, man, and like it drives my wife crazy. She can look fabulous, and like I'm like, it looks good. Everything looks good. Good. I'm like stingy with my compliments. So if I give you one, I really mean it. Okay, like you can't let's leave it there. I'm about to hurt somebody's feelings, but I'm stingy with my points. B+. No, because B+ for me.
All right.
All right. Back to you, Terrence.
Okay. All right. Well, that is everything that we've got to say about Black Adam in glorious detail.
Oh, one more thing before we move on. The end credit scene.
Oh, we hadn't talked about that.
All right, let's go into it.
Hell yeah. I about shit myself. I'm not going to lie. I stayed off the internet, and when it showed up and I reacted, the rest of the whole theater reacted, and bless it, even my wife was like, oh. I was like, listen.
This is the first time I've ever heard my son cheer in a movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never heard him do that before.
When she reacted, she was like, "You know, they both on my list, right?" I said, "Okay." Yeah, Megan's laughing. Yeah, she was like, "It's the truth." I was like, "Listen, you got your list." So I was very pleased at seeing Mr. Cavill show back up. So I don't like the fact that Waller's driving that bullshit though. That's just it. Cause
that bugged me too, because it made it seem like he was a lackey for Waller, and that shouldn't ever be the case.
Yeah.
I as much as I liked seeing Waller in it and connecting it, that was the problem I had with JSA. Like, why are they answering calls for her? And like, again, we don't know what their position is in this universe. I don't know if they're government funded or whatever. I kind of was getting that vibe, but like, why didn't she just send her team? But anyway, Cavill is a huge step in the right direction, because for the life of me, I don't know why previous management was saying no to this man coming back to this role.
Right, he's like the perfect Superman.
Like you need like a face. You need
Chef's
like
kiss.
some energy. You need like a direction.
Heard, chef.
And they just said no, and I don't understand that.
These brats.
Props to Dwyane to going over their heads or going to the new managers and pressing the issue here to get them in. But this was a huge step in the right direction. I mean, I was so surprised because I had no idea it was going to be at the end of the movie, because it wasn't like The Rock was spoiling it for everyone, days before. And then who was it? The producer, the writer. Like, I don't know who was leaking it. Like, the star of your movie was. But anyway, it didn't matter, because like I was just happy to see it.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter what you think.
Another W for them, and his video the next week, where he's saying that like it sounds like he's going to be around for a couple movies. Like it's really good.
It's really great.
It's really good, and I just hope I want Ben to come back. Like that's next on the
I want Batflip back.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's coming back though. He's got that J-Lo at home.
Well, he's already back for 2
It's
movies.
like having a toddler.
After saying he wasn't going to come back. We'll see what happens. Like they got somebody. Well, we'll get into that in the next section. But Ben's, I need that now. I need my Ben Affleck movie.
I love Cavill. He's 39 years old, which means he has tons of room left.
Yeah, he has a lot of time left.
Yeah, The Rock, I think he just turned 50 or something like that, or about to turn 50, somewhere around there. He still got some miles on him.
And
Chris
Black
Brosnan,
Adam could be an older character.
Yeah, he ain't got to do much. I mean, when you're built like The Rock, when you're 6'3", 250,
right?
All
vascular.
They're about to green screen the back of his neck, just green screen his face too. So he look young forever.
Either that, or they're going to just give him that Botox shot.
Exactly. Get them Nathans off your head.
I didn't have a problem with the ripples.
You just
it was just noticeable because it was
She
like
leaned-
right in my face. I'm like, okay.
That
she
tone,
leaned over to Clay and said, "I want a hot dog."
That tone is the tone that people. That tone.
Are you in the mood for hot dogs now?
That tone is the tone people use after they say something mean to you. Like, I'm only telling you the truth because I love you.
Like one of them old ladies at church that dish you had like dry dish you.
Like, what can
Like,
you do to
baby?
get that hot dog off the back of your head?
You know them shoes is 2 sizes too small.
It was just
toes
noticeable.
hanging out
I'm
the front.
sorry. It's not bad. It was just really noticeable.
Looks like 25 pounds of shit in a 10-pound bag.
Rock with the glizzy neck.
Rock with the glizzy neck.
What is a glizzy? I'm sorry. What the?
I think it's slang for penis.
I thought it was glisten.
I think it's slang.
That's all we
penis.
got. That's all we got. Because there was in pop culture for a couple weeks, you couldn't even eat a hot dog in public.
You couldn't eat a hot dog or nothing. Nothing phallic.
Nope. You just had to sit in the house and eat your hot dogs in the closet.
Or you had to cut it up and eat it with a fork.
Right? And like eat it like sunflower seeds. Cut it up and shake it up in your hand and then pop the pieces in your mouth.
Oh wow.
I will say that my theater didn't react to Cavill arriving.
Really?
I was kind of surprised. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because The Rock told everybody days before.
I stayed off the interwebs.
I think that might have been why. I'm like, man, this is kind of upsetting that, the stuff had to get... I know it was from the actor.
They chose to spoil themselves, though. That was the whole thing.
It was so upsetting because for a moment during the movie, I did forget that they talked about him possibly being in this film, and then we got the post credit, and Amanda Waller said something about bringing someone in. I was like, "Oh, that's right, the Henry Cavill cameo. I forgot," and I was still excited. But everyone else, when he came up on screen, it was just quiet. I was like,
"That's how long he's been away."
What's wrong with you guys?
See, I took Quincy's advice and stayed off the internet. I stayed away from all the posts, all the spoiler stuff.
I did too.
For a week. Because as soon as he said they're spoiling stuff, I said, all right, anytime I see something with Black Adam, I'm going to just keep on flicking. Because I'm not even trying to mess my whole world up. I'm not. Because
it was just impossible not to already know just because Dwayne was doing all the spoiling.
Listen, I'm a follower. I ignored his big ass. I'm like, listen, hot
like
dog face.
In your heart, you knew. You knew.
Your heart. Yeah, somewhere.
In your heart.
When he came down with the cape all fluttery, I mean, there was nobody else that could be that fluttery. He just came down all... He did.
It's a new word, Quincy.
Fluttery, and what was the other one? Ruthel and Smoothie? Soothy.
Yeah, well, he did come off fluttery down. He did. He just came all, the cape was all billowy. It was...
Like this?
Yeah, nobody else could it be. It had to be Soups. And
CGI capes are the best.
I do like the fact that as Cavill, that was what I was more excited about. I really didn't care about a future match fight with them. That's whatever. I thought Cavill was a great Superman. I was just happy to see him back. That was all I had. I was like, yeah, we're finally getting a good Superman movie. Another good Superman movie.
Yeah.
It's funny how when Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo spoil shit, they get a talking to. When Dwayne spoils shit, ain't nobody gonna have a talk with him. They're like, oh, you should tell Dwayne. No, you tell Dwayne. Well, I'm
not tapped out by that time.
You saw the articles. They're like, we don't know who's spoiling this. And he's standing there right next to the writer, telling them like, he's shouting from the
he on Twitter.
Tower.
He on live, and they back behind him.
Big large man.
You should tell him to be quiet. No, you tell him. No, you tell him.
He got a knock on the door. Tuk, tuk, tuk. Hey, Dwayne, I was wondering, and he gives him the eyebrow. Would you like a bran muffin? Just curious.
You know I don't eat carbs today.
I don't eat carbs till Saturday, according to Instagram.
Would you like 20 chicken fingers?
Yes, and a pack of hot dogs. Oh, jeez.
All right. So, okay, we ready for the next topic?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. All right, and a DC shocker, James Gunn and Peter Safran to lead film, TV, and animation divisions of DC Studios.
Hell yeah.
What do we think about that, people?
Yes. Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
Clap it up. Clap it up.
Some direction. Some... Yeah, and that's not a shoot. Look, you go ahead, Megan. You go. No. You haven't spoken. You go, babe. Go.
You ain't spoken an hour. You gotta say something.
No, as you guys know, I'm a big James Gunn fan. Who, me? No. But yeah, no, I'm super excited about this. I'm excited about the direction he's gonna bring it in. He's a fan of this kind of stuff. If you've ever seen the movie Super, you know he doesn't shy away from violence. You know, same. I mean, even Suicide Squad. You know,
he did
he's willing to have a
Brightburn
guy's
too,
head.
right? Wasn't he involved with that?
Yeah, he did Bright. Yep. And the Bilko experiment and
Did he
like
make
he used
Slither?
to make like
Ooh, wow.
he made Slither. Yeah, he wrote and direct Slither. Like he made some, you know, some really disgusting like B movie horror films. So like he's a great writer, he's a great producer, he's a great director. I really can't wait to see the direction it's going to go in. First person he apparently told that he got it was Kevin Feige. And he was excited for him, so it's nice to know that like the two heads, it doesn't seem like they're fighting each other. It seems like they're both happy for each other's success, because if they're both successful,
Like Quincy
then
said.
like then everybody's successful. Yeah, and then it's not going to be like, oh, DC versus Marvel. It's going to be like
Comic movies.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about the direction it's going to go in, and yeah, I'm very excited. And the talent he's going to bring in.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
You know, Michael Rooker's going to be their best smelling man I've ever
seen or met.
He smells. Oh yeah, he's him and James. I went to see a live a viewing of Guardians of the Galaxy. It was a meet and greet afterwards, and right next to me was James Gunn and Michael Rooker, waiting for the end of Guardians of the Galaxy. And I kept going, like looking over to my shoulder. I'm like, holy shit, they're right there. They're right there. And I was like, so they can take pictures and all that kind of stuff. Michael Rooker was the best smelling man ever.
That's hard to say at a con.
You wouldn't think
hands down. Yeah, you wouldn't. But the man smells incredible. I don't know what cologne he was wearing. I don't know if it's pheromones. The man smells incredible. And after that, you guys can talk.
Oh goodness. Oh my gosh.
I'll go because they needed direction and not a suit. They've been DC's being it seemed like it was being run by a department or like a ball, like a machine. It's like you needed. One of the things Megan said was a fan. Like you can see that he likes, like he's into the comics. And the first step to being successful is having a plan. You need somebody there to make the decisions. Now, he was working with Marvel all these years, and despite what I've been saying, like they were successful. That was kind of mean. They still are successful, but they had a plan, right? Like at one point, like things were. That was mean again. You know, they had a plan,
true.
And they, this is another step in the right direction. I'll say that. It's just like they're starting to make the right decisions. And did you read who the second person he told he took the job? It was John Cena.
No.
What?
John
Cena. That's what he said. Yeah,
there's no way.
That's what he said.
So now you know Peacemaker's going to get his solo movie now.
Was it on FaceTime? Because he wouldn't be able to see him.
But yeah, I'm happy.
Good point, though.
I'm happy for this. It doesn't seem like they'll be walking in the wilderness blindly for much longer. They got a lot of good energy going right now, and someone to lead who has been successful. So,
hey, he's made some of my favorite Marvel movies.
Yeah, It's funny because his formula might have been the reason why they're doing what they're doing now, because they had nothing like Guardians before those movies, and now like there's, who said it? Was it Terrence? I think Terrence, you said it. Guardians of the Quantumverse, was that you? I got the same vibes too. So I love the Guardian movies, though. I really do love those, and people, took it a little too far. Thor, Love and Thunder. So, yeah,
like I can do that,
right? Like he
You
put
can't,
some of
yeah.
this in it.
Oh,
He put
tight,
half
yeah.
a cup of this in it. I'm gonna put the whole fucking bag in it. So it's got to be great, right?
Yeah, like Kool-Aid. It's my teeth hurt just watching it.
Too much. Oh, that was really funny.
That was good.
One
She always
snort.
laughs like that at house party references. That's what she's laughing at. Ooh.
But yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, and his cohort, was it Peter Safran?
Yes.
Is that pronounce his last name?
Mm-hmm.
He produced Shazam and Aquaman.
Aquaman.
So those two movies are stellar. Aquaman's still the biggest earner in the DCEU. Over one, I think it was 1.6 billion was the last count. They're definite steps in the right direction. They can't. The only way they can go wrong is if they intentionally mess it up. That's the only way they can do it. Because Gunn has a game plan. Gunn's proven his mettle. Safran's proven his mettle, and DC's just like, all right, cool. We got $7 Productions. We got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now we have Marvel's big hitter, and in James Gunn. It's like they're not going wrong. The only way they're going to screw this up is if they intentionally do it, and I just don't see him doing it.
If the office gets involved, like he
Yeah,
hired the
the
guy.
bean counters come back.
Yeah, he hired the guy. Let him do his job.
Let him work. Shit.
If one movie doesn't do exactly what they expected it to do, and they get scared like they did with BVS
or Justice League.
Yeah, I look at it. I look at what's going on right now. Suicide Squad is going to be the equivalent of the Hulk. And then if Black Adam's going to be the equivalent of Iron Man. So, Hulk came before Iron Man, and that's when the Hulk doesn't get really the props it deserves for being the kickoff movie of the MCU. That's what Suicide Squad is going to fall into. And then I see that right now where it's going to just kind of skyrocket from here. That's just my opinion. There's a whole lot of story to be told in DC too. A whole lot.
I just want to interject. There's a battle being fought right now, and
Somebody's
Mike's
losing.
Mike's house.
Somebody's losing.
When the lean back happens,
Mike on the belly. We'll put
Yeah,
my microphone on my belly.
I ain't got the mic yet, but I'm like,
get everything you can out of him right now. He's fading.
Y'all
We're
wrap it
trying.
up. Y'all
We're
get
trying.
long-winded.
Shut up.
That ain't me. Is that me? No.
It ain't me. It's
Well,
Man, shit, I don't know. Everybody else say that.
Come on,
so I
Unc.
know it was.
Hey, listen, listen. Paw Pat over there outliving you. Unk sleeping. Like you just ate a whole bowl of mashed potatoes. He's just like,
Man, I literally just left the zone, so I came straight from work, got on mic, dealing with crazy
lay
ass
off,
customers.
lay off the Wendy's chili, my dude.
I ain't had no
Lay
chili.
off
I
the-
had them crazy customers. 30-minute drive
put my
from
feet on the couch. Yeah, I put my feet on his couch.
I ain't even got to the couch. If I made the couch, I wouldn't be on the show. If I made it to my couch, it's over. It's a wrap.
Old folk can fall asleep anywhere.
Man,
And
I can.
I can too. So I'm included in it.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
If I make it to that couch, it's a wrap. My couch loves me like nobody else. I'm gonna be right there.
J Pat Wildin'.
I ain't thinking about his over there. I ain't. That's probably his ringtone. Shit.
It needs to be. My ringtone used to be, I love it when they call me Big Papa. That was my
Oh,
my
wow.
OG ringtone.
You're
Was that
backsliding,
a
dude.
recording?
Yeah.
That was you.
That was
last
you,
week.
man.
That was me
Last
for
week.
real? You some bitches. Y'all some bitches. You know what? I'm done talking to y'all. I don't even.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Oh, y'all going to hell.
we'll all be together so we can record down there
What
too.
happens when y'all don't see? This is damn near bullying. I was out. Shit.
This nigga.
Dude, it looked like you were running from like the people that hunt humans. You got tranked in your ass, and you fell right into the camera.
Last week was a busy Friday, people. America. Last week was very
in the
busy.
ass.
That was crazy, man. You lucky when I don't know how any of us didn't take any pictures of that.
It's like, you silly. You got a dart in your neck.
Yes.
This motherfucker got recordings.
Oh shit!
Hope your ass.
All right, Terrence, man.
Does anyone have anything else to add to the James Gunn, Peter Safran discussion?
Not at
No,
all.
man. No.
All right,
Just don't hire Taika, and we'll be good.
Leave him alone.
Or rein him in. I feel like they let him off the leash, and
I hate everything he's done comic book wise.
Taika Waititi is that dog at the dog park humping every damn thing.
He can stay where he is. Like the Thor Ragnarok, I don't hate that movie. I actually like that movie. But I don't want to see that in DC. Like leave that Marvel stuff there.
He was like, wait, I can do what? And y'all giving me how much money?
Exactly.
Word? He just went crazy. After a little bit of success, he just went nuts with it.
Yeah, he went crazy.
His dumb ass, I swear he said, this amount was good, so I'm just going to add more. It can only be better. Mm-hmm. Because if all it was more of what happened in Ragnarok, just turned all the way up. Like, no, my guy,
to 11.
No.
Yeah,
no.
War's not always better.
Moderation, my bro.
Hopefully Thor isn't destroyed forever.
They'll reboot him. They got to reboot him.
Well, when Quincy posted that thing about Feige being upset about the Secret Wars script, I'm like, yeah, you should have had that energy for Love and Thunder.
Yes, you should have.
You should have looked at that script and been flipping tables and shit.
It's funny because my brother, the last year or so, has been under the impression he's really not running everything like he was a couple of years ago.
Of course, not. It's She-Hulk.
I'm not bringing that up. I'm in a good mood tonight. Like,
come on.
Nope.
Come on. She-Hulk versus the mutants.
I would root for She-Hulk then.
How you bring us into this? We not doing nothing.
See, here we go.
Damn, I fell right in the trap. Mike, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not for all that. I'm not for that tonight.
Getting in his head like that Green Goblin mask.
Exactly.
Come on, talk shit about the mutants. Come on. Do it.
Damn, caught myself, yeah.
Oh, shit.
No.
Oh,
Come
man.
on, talk shit about the mutants.
No fireworks tonight. No fireworks tonight.
Oh, man. What else we got, T?
Let me get my take real quick, and then I'm going to move on. Reiterate what you guys said. It's a great move. He's a fan of all this stuff. And the reason we know it's a great move is because before he was temporarily fired from Marvel over, that bullshit Twitter stuff, Feige was heading him up. He was pretty much grooming him to be taking over the whole cosmic side of Marvel. So if Feige at the height of his powers was kind of grooming him to be his right-hand man, then we know that Warner Brothers has the right idea of making him the head of DC Studios. They just pulled up at the right time when he was down and out. They pulled up to him in the Cadillac when he was on the corner and said, hey, you look cold.
Come on, man.
Opened up the doors like, hey, get on in.
He's like, I don't kiss him now.
So,
I got you. I got the reference.
Y'all need to go to church on Sunday because y'all all
Pretty
got the
Woman.
reference.
It's Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman.
Sure.
It is.
So, yeah, man.
I've never seen Pretty Woman either.
Oh, sweet Jeebus.
We gotta make a whole list for you, Mike.
Apparently.
We got to do a watch party with all the movies he hasn't
All
watched.
of them. Damn, we'll be sitting there forever.
Yeah, we'll be here for a while.
We'll be like, Mike, wake up.
We'll be here for a
Mike,
while.
wake up. This is a
I'll
good
fall
part.
asleep
Mike.
halfway through the list.
Now we're gonna do that shit like 2:00 in the afternoon. If we do it at night, it's over.
Like, we'll grab the virtual remote. I was watching that.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
2 When you do it 2 o'clock, I'll be all right. 2 o'clock, I'm fine. We start at 11 o'clock, it's a wrap. It ain't gonna happen.
But all right, moving on. Okay, next we got the. All right, we don't want to talk some Green Lantern rumor casting.
Mm.
You guys got anything on that?
Oh yeah, Finn.
Yeah, FN 229 or whatever his number was.
I think it would be
John
a good
Boyega?
move. Yeah,
Mhm.
they're talking about him taking over, like the Green Lantern show. They're kind of going a different direction. From what I read, they were going to do.
Get rid of
They were going to
Tyrese.
do Alan
Bro.
Scott first.
Oh no! Why waste time? with
Nobody
that?
wants to see Alan Scott.
Yeah.
No, nobody wants to see Alan Scott at all.
His ring is weak to wood. Who wants to see that?
Yeah,
That'd be like messing the whole thing up, like going backwards. We don't need to see that.
but it's like with Alan Scott, you're not really establishing the core because he's not part
he's
of
not a
the.
member of the
Well,
core.
wasn't Alan Scott more based on magic than
Yeah, and he's a
Lantern?
JSA member, and you're absolutely right, Lou. But like, I want to eventually get to the core, and they're going to focus on Jon Stewart now, who does not get enough credit. They already had the Hal Jordan movie, so to speak, with
wasn't bad.
with
Wasn't
Ryan.
It wasn't bad. People give it a lot of hate, but I like that movie when it came out.
It's entertaining.
I
it
didn't like
is. It is entertaining.
They picked the worst villain to showcase.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm looking for if it's I'm sorry, say Boyega, Finn. No, I'm not gonna say his name wrong. Boyega.
John Boyega?
Like, I think he has the
Boyega,
chops
Boyega.
for that. He needs an opportunity, and I hope he gets it.
I want him to do it just to recoup from what they put him through in the last 2 movies of Star Wars.
He needs a.
He didn't get his opportunity.
Because
I think he's more than
he thought he was
capable.
going to be a Jedi. That boy ended up being a janitor.
Fuck.
He's like, Dad, you can see it in that little preview they had when he first saw the commercial. He's like, Dad, look, I'm being Jedi.
No, you'll be a
They
janitor.
had that boy scrubbing toilets.
You better use the force on that
Drinking
duty
yak
stain on
water.
that porcelain.
Better use some force with that
The whole
elbow.
last movie, all his dialogue is Ray,
Ray,
Yeah.
looking all sweaty.
Yeah,
Looking
where is
sweaty
she?
all day.
He's on the ice planet of Hoth.
It's still
sweating.
sweaty. Like, what are you
Like,
doing?
who are you, James Brown?
My husband has still not forgiven Ryan Johnson for that. Like, he will not watch Knives Out. He will not watch anything he does because he's still pissed
Really?
off about Last Jedi.
Your husband's a good man.
Yeah.
We need to tell him we need to be friends.
Play Destiny with him. Play
He was
Destiny
like my
with him.
husband.
Quincy doesn't play Destiny with him.
He's an angry
Yeah,
dude.
our shifts they don't line up. I'm gonna find him though. I'm gonna find him. I'm
playing
on
right
this damn
now.
podcast. I can't play him.
Damn.
Right?
Well, he'll be on until like 2.
I don't see straight after a certain time. Like, I can't shoot after around this time. I mean, I fall asleep just like Mike is.
I ain't sleep.
Leaned up.
Not this time.
Look at man. He looked to see if he was even asleep. He was looking at the camera like, "Am I asleep?"
I am not asleep right now, sir.
Hey, Quincy, look to your right, and Mike, look to your left. That's all I want to see right now.
I ain't doing shit for y'all. I ain't looking no goddamn. Look at these. I ain't looking no damn. I ain't doing that.
Oh, man. All right. Sorry, Terrence. We're just completely running crazy.
Anything else on the Green Lanterns?
I hope they get that right. It's one of the more. I think there's a lot for that DC property. It's just a lot they can do. Like you can touch on anything that's Star Trek or Star Wars. You can pull from that. You can pull from what they already have. It's just so much you can do with the Green Lantern Corps.
It almost
with
be
the new
a separate
heads.
universe.
And with the new heads, it's going to be absolutely amazing because of what they've already done. So I think it's going to be pretty great stuff.
Shit, you can get a whole planet.
Yeah, Oa.
I'm talking about the planet Green Lantern.
Yeah, Mogo.
Mogo.
Ooh, okay.
That'd be something that. Well, I guess we have seen Ego, but that was kind of corny though.
That was corny.
That don't count.
It wasn't corny. It just wasn't.
It wasn't really.
It's not going to be Mogo level.
Because that would be fly.
Oh wow.
That would be something that maybe that could be something James Gunn would do. Make a movie about a sentient planet just roaming the galaxy, stopping crime.
Yeah, Omicron.
Is he still gonna be making movies, or is he just gonna be kind of doing a Feige spot though?
Oh, he could be HIC.
He has obligations with Marvel until May, and then he's full time with that.
He go play his 2-week notice out.
Yeah, the only thing that is disappointing about him heading up DC is that I feel like it would detract from his directorial output, because we do know he does want to get a second season of Peacemaker out there, and I think he does want to do another Suicide Squad movie. But beyond that, him having to do the Feige type role, I can see it being very difficult to do that and try to do your own productions at the same time.
Now,
Good for us in a way, but also it takes away from him giving his all to one project. So
I can see that.
they did say he was still going to be doing that. Like, from what I read, like I read the duties between him and the other guy. Like, he's going to do the creative, and the other guy's the money. I think I read, but I did read he's still going to be involved with some of that stuff.
It's like a running quarterback really learning how to throw a deep ball, or football comparison.
So what
You
the hell
know,
does
it's
that
like a
mean?
good-
I don't even know what that means.
See, look, sit down.
And I guess the thing is, if you've got the right people that you really, really trust, you
Yeah.
don't have to do a lot of day-to-day stuff. You don't have to keep checking in with them, make sure things
I'm
are
curious to who he's going to
on the
bring
right
over.
track.
I got a question. Is Feige just a suit, or was he? Did he
Is he
make any
Batista?
movies?
He's
just a suit.
It's funny because he was involved with. Was he involved with those Superman movies?
Who?
The
Feige.
Christopher Reeve movies.
Oh.
I don't know.
He's a fan, but
Because he kind of
I'll
came out of
come back
nowhere.
to
Next
you.
thing you know, he's in charge of Marvel MCU. Like, who is this
Right.
dude? Like, what's his background? I don't know anything about him.
Oh, Feige?
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
I never heard the name before the MCU.
He was a producer on a ton of stuff, like not great stuff. I mean, like, I think he was a producer on like the Affleck Daredevil and Ghost Rider and a
Yeah.
ton of stuff. Like,
Oh.
even though a
I'm
lot of
a-
stuff wasn't great, he got to get his feet wet and learn the business, so that when he finally got a shot, he learned what works and what doesn't work.
So
Electra Nachos.
I'm gonna read off some of the stuff he's produced before for Iron Man, Punisher, Warzone, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, Spider-Man 3, X-Men Last
Oh.
Stand, Fantastic Four, Elektra, Man-Thing, Spider-Man 2, Punisher,
Man-Thing.
Hulk, X2, Daredevil, Spider-Man, X-Men, You've Got Mail, and Volcano.
Volcano. I remember
Pierce
that one.
Brosnan movie.
Yeah.
So he's like, why did I think he was involved with this Superman movie? I don't know. But yeah, he's done some of that. Like you said, got his feet wet and some stuff before taking over.
Okay. Hell. Now we know.
So he's responsible for those X-Men movies.
Oh, here we
Yeah.
go. Let's get through this. Let's get woosah.
It's gonna make me hate him.
All right. Trailer time?
All right, trailer time.
Hell yeah.
Ant-Man trailer. What do we think?
I go first in this one.
Fun.
It's a trailer. All right, I'm done.
Here we go.
Damn.
That's to the point. That's Mike Jones. Mike Jones.
I don't
Ladies
do
and
trailers. I watched it. Is what it was. I still ain't figured out how Ant-Man got a movie, so I'm good. I'm gonna watch it.
We love
love
you,
you, Paul
Spider
Rudd.
Man.
Paul Rudd, yeah, man. Love Paul Rudd.
I'm not like Paul
What's
Rudd,
he
but
like?
I just don't understand Spider-Man. I
Sexiest
don't
man
understand
alive.
Ant-Man getting the
What's
movie.
he like? 107 now? Still looking 53, looking
53?
39 all day.
You know,
I enjoyed it. I think it'll be amazing. It's another cosmic movie, space adventure. It's inner space. I hate to say that, but We all remember Inner Space, Dennis
Yeah, I
Quaid.
do.
It was
It's a
amazing.
great movie, man.
With the cowboy, it was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I think it'd be amazing. I don't see how Ant-Man. I agree with Mike. It's like, how does Ant-Man tie into this gigantic space adventure? But it kind of makes sense because of him, going to the quantum realm and all the rest of that stuff. But I'm looking forward to it.
I mean,
It's,
Ant-Man in general, how did he get a movie, period? Who thought that was the right guy to even make a movie about Ant-Man?
You didn't like any of those movies?
Yet,
I liked him, but I don't see how he got picked. I don't see how he got the tap.
I mean, like we talked about this like a little bit last week. Like, I think that was a good character who, if you altered the origin or took liberties, like no one was really going to care.
Nobody cared, right?
Like I thought it was good, and like I love Paul Rudd. All right, like I'll go to see almost anything he's in. And those movies were successful. Yeah.
And it's probably cheap to produce too. Like his power, like he just grows.
Right.
And
so it's not like, it's not like it's going to take a lot of special effects to make that happen.
No.
I think his movies have been some of the stronger entries.
Who's directing that Quantum Menace? Yeah.
Same guy
Quantumanium.
from the other two.
Really?
I forget his name.
From the other Ant-Man movies?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Those other classic
That dude.
Ant-Man movies, Mike.
Sure. Whatever you want to call a classic.
You want cheese on that, Mike? Sure. Yeah.
No, the trailer looks good. I'm looking forward to it. I got those movies have always had that tone with the touch of humor, and they get serious in the right spots. A movie that has shown good
It's got
balance.
heart.
Like Quincy.
But yeah, I don't know how fast his daughter is aging. Like she gets older, and everyone else is not getting old.
Well, remember the time?
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. You're right. So I take that back. I was being mean again.
Well, but they
Yeah,
changed
they did.
character
The actress
too. It's
again,
not
too.
the same
They did.
girl.
Interested to see how the thing with Kang goes down. I know people are pointing to the connection to the Shang-Chi rings to something they saw in the trailer. I don't even know if it's a legit theory, but if this is going to be the movie that finally gets things going, like let's have it. Like I'm looking forward to it. I will support the movies. The Disney
And
Plus
was this the
shows
first
are
of
subjective.
Phase 5?
Is it? That was my question.
Yeah.
Is this Phase 5 kickoff?
Yeah, because Panther's the end of 4, I believe.
Ooh.
Yep.
That's in 2 weeks.
Is it really?
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to see it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Thursday. Yeah. I'm taking J-Pat with me. I'm wearing his dashiki.
Shit.
I can't wait to see it. I'm
Shit.
Oh man! Now I think we should all get mics when that goes now. Like that's
it.
That's the
We
best
should
thing.
just run it.
Yeah.
I could do it in post, but it's nowhere near as fun as doing it in real time. God damn. Love it.
You're really not going to go see it, man?
Nope. I'm not going to go see a funeral.
That's the only reason.
And I feel like they're chewing on Chadwick's bones a little bit.
If you go and see that, I'll convince Mike to watch Apollo get knocked out again.
No, you won't. I don't know.
See?
Yeah, I don't have too much interest in seeing the next Black Panther.
And I have zero interest in watching Apollo die. I tried to watch it on YouTube. I don't want to see that shit. Nah. What are you
bouncing off the mat? That was the funniest joint. Whenever Mike said, he bounced off the mat. I was like,
They disrespected my homie T'Challa a little too much in the MCU.
No.
I can't mess with it.
We'll talk to you in 3 weeks after.
I stand
in general.
they
disrespected it. How?
Yeah, this is the third time he died, and he gonna die in his own movie for good.
We don't know.
We don't know that.
That's why I think we got to see it because
I'll let y'all see it.
Maybe he'll come back.
We'll see it.
And if you guys come back and tell me that he miraculously comes back after they done told us he's dead for good,
Nah, I don't think he's come back this one. He's dead this one, but the next one he'll come back.
Jay, have you seen the many applications of vibranium? It can stabilize a bullet wound. They can talk in it. All right, like you don't know.
But they can't cure the common cold.
Like I say, I think he'll be back.
I ain't never seen nobody with the sniffles in Wakanda though.
Yeah, they're doing the homie wrong. I can't support it. And I'm sure the movie's going to be excellent. I'm not even saying the movie's not going to be good. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Probably the best Phase 4 movie.
I can see that.
I still not going to see it.
How
did Shuri get the title of Black Panther in the comics? I can't remember. Was he dead then too?
Well, he went
off planet.
He was in a coma.
He was in a coma, and he trained her beforehand.
Oh,
and Baz still didn't want her.
Yeah, he didn't accept her. She.
That's the one thing that I won't get with this movie, because all signs are pointing to Shuri being Black Panther. Is that this version of Shuri? It's been established that she has no training.
Yeah, she's like a little tech nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and Shuri in the comics is like
she's like Aegon. I don't want it.
Yeah,
she ain't bad as Aegon though. That dude was a rapist.
She was like 99% T'Challa in the comics, just a little bit more with like a chip on her shoulder.
Yeah.
So her being
let's focus on the positive here because Ironheart's going to show up.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're talking about Ant-Man, so
yes, Ant-Man. Sorry, you're right. Oh my gosh,
Tasha had her hand up.
Tasha had a hand up.
Yeah. Tangent.
Yeah, Tasha had her hand up.
Yes,
quietly.
Ma'am. You may speak, please, ma'am.
I didn't have any.
She cut the 40 ounce off her hand. She cut her 40 ounce off. Yeah, her Black and Thunder 40 ounce. She cut it off her hand. No, she's like, I'm just playing.
No, I didn't have anything.
Okay.
She was telling us to stop talking. Get back on track.
I'll go.
Go. Yeah.
I liked it. Looked like Guardians of the Galaxy in inner space. It looked cool. It made me think of, you guys probably remember this this storyline from like 1990. You guys remember this the Spider-Man storyline? It was like Spider-Man's Totally Tiny Adventure where he kept shrinking smaller and smaller and smaller, and he was like in the microverse.
What's the villain?
On the Magic School Bus?
What's the villain's name?
When they went to that dude's butthole? The Magic School Bus. Y'all remember that?
No.
Y'all don't remember that episode?
I do remember when they all got jizzed on.
I remember that one too.
I never watched Magic School Bus with my kids. I'm sorry. I never did.
Yeah, they went to that dude's butt.
Oh my goodness.
And then they were walking through his rectum and they saw the poop forming.
And we're here.
Here we are.
Y'all did not see that episode. Look it up on YouTube. I'm not lying to you guys.
It's available on Netflix.
Terrence, what was the name of the
Magic
villain?
School Bus.
I'm not doing that.
Psycho Man.
I want to take over.
Yeah, he fought the Psycho Man in that story.
Oh my god.
What's he? Yes. Okay. That story finished. I think I know the one. It finished in an annual.
A bunch of annuals.
Annuals. Yes, I did see this one.
This is print. This is a print story. Okay.
Yeah, I did read this one. This weirdo looking guy. Yeah, I remember him.
So it just kind of reminded me of that a little bit because he kept shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and there was like this whole. As he kept shrinking, he kept finding all these, different universes within the molecules that he was shrinking down into, and all these characters were at war with each other. And then finally, when he got down to like the last universe, Psycho Man was the reason for his shrinking, was the final villain. So just kind of reminded me of that, like universes within universes.
Was this doing Amazing Spider-Man? Oh, Web? Which Spider-Man was this?
This was back in like 1990. It ran through a bunch of annuals.
Yeah, it finished in a Web of Spider-Man annual. I remember that.
What the hell?
That story. I do remember that one, Terrence.
I want to applaud Marvel for like making Michelle Pfeiffer not look like she's 1,000 years old at this point.
She didn't. She looked old as shit.
Maybe 950, but not really the whole 1K. I don't know. You didn't get it. Mike's like, I'm tired. I'm like,
what commercial did you see? That bitch look old. I'm sorry. I don't want to say.
Woo!
I'm not, but she
He's
look.
like, take a page out of Quincy's book. I'm sorry, I'm being mean right now.
I'm being mean right now. She look. Nah.
He's
That's a
old and
symptom of
grumpy and
sleepiness.
tired.
Anger.
Here this guy
All right,
go.
T. Back. Let's
Oh,
get us
man.
back. This train back on the tracks, my man.
All
Golly,
right,
J-Pack.
Guardians Christmas special trailer. What do we think?
I love it.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin
That's all you
Bacon.
need to say.
So
Yes.
yeah,
They sent Dumbass 1 and Dumbass 2 to get Kevin Bacon out of his house, which I thought was hilarious. So
I'll come back to Disney Plus for this one. Like I'm this,
what?
Yeah.
Before Secret Invasion?
I mean, I like the Guardian movies. Like it's the same vibe. Like
yeah.
they cheating right now. That's a movie that they putting on Disney Plus, so people, looking at what they're doing because everything else is scaring me.
I thought they were going to go get Gamora's actress, but they didn't. So
She's not in this.
no,
Oh,
Gamora's
wow.
dead. Yeah.
Wait, I thought the. I
think
thought
she's
the
gonna
one
be
from
in
the
it.
past is running around in present day.
Is she with him? I thought she went back. I
Yeah.
don't know.
She's not with them, but she might show up because they were filming the third Guardians and this at the same time at the same the same studio,
Like 2 blocks from you.
So there's a good literally, and I think she's gonna show up because she was in makeup and she was like doing Instagram posts as Gamora. So she's definitely in 3. She's probably somewhere in the Christmas special.
It's 2 months away, a month away. Comes out like November 20-something. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. Everybody else is like, it's the Guardians. I love the Guardians.
No, I'm all in for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll support them for this.
He said that's
I'm surprised.
that's
What's his
cheat
name
code,
came back for Drax. I heard he was done.
He looked a little chunky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does look a little chubbier.
You got the hot dog pack too?
He might have had
Look at
to
the back
hot
of his
dog.
neck.
He looked like he had to. He looked a little chunky.
It's like let Natasha. All right, let her see if you're ready to go in front of the camera. Okay, Let's see what
Using
she
my
says.
full
Like,
name there. This is weird.
I know.
She could get some random inbox shots of the back of Dwayne's head.
I haven't.
People are gonna start saying
No, don't do it, people.
Instead of
No,
terrible. It's like, Tasha, you want to hang out? I'm a complete stranger.
I
Here's the back of my head.
I never
What do you
ever
think?
call her Natasha, and it felt weird saying.
Yep.
So.
Oh,
It's weird.
no.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Do not inbox her your back of your head, people. Do not.
Her father, Natasha, get in here.
Romanov, come in here. I've got a movie for you. Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, we got 2 more things on our docket here. Do you guys have time? I know some of you are a little tired. I see House of Dragons. Do we have time to give some opinions on the House of Dragons?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Aegon's a bitch. Sorry. I'm serious. I didn't. Aegon was a total prick, man.
Yeah, Aegon was a terrible person.
A terrible person. His brother was worse. Aemond. Old, I call him Snake. Yeah,
Oh,
I call him Snake.
Kinslayer.
But the series overall was amazing. It gave you what you wanted, what you expected. I love the dragons. Love the fact that there's so many of them. There's one less after the season's over with because he got bit in half. I really enjoyed it. There was nothing
Who bit a dragon in half? A bigger dragon?
He bit him like one bite. It was like, it was.
Yeah.
Vagar.
I didn't realize how big Vagar was compared to that little dragon, but he ate that dude.
Yeah, swallow them like your blood pressure pills, Jay. That's how
Did I take my
Vagar's
blood
like
pressure pill today?
180.
I hope you did.
I think I did. Nice.
Don't pass. Wake up, Jay.
And-
Start acting like Mike over here. Ooh.
And,
I'm up. Megan trying to give y'all the lessons of knowledge, and y'all in here joking.
Yeah, we're right.
Y'all trying
Go
to
ahead.
shut
Sorry,
up
Megan. Go ahead.
demons, and y'all insulting.
No, because Lucas or whatever, Luke, his dragon was born the same time he was. Lucerys, his dragon was born the same time he was, because the dragon egg was in his crib.
Yeah.
So that dragon's the same age as him, versus Vhagar, which is 180, and has had multiple riders.
So they're kind of like a alligator.
So the dragon,
the older they get, the bigger they get.
Yeah, they
get bigger.
Yeah, he was a monster.
He shattered. He bit him. I'm serious, like one bite. Jay, he was like, wasn't like I'm sorry, she.
Let me tell you something. As soon as I would have showed up at Storm's End or whatever, and I seen that big ass thing, no,
beep,
like
would have backed out.
Right, like Mom, like no, it wasn't.
I would have been like, listen, dude in the helmet and the spear, come here, take this note.
Yes,
I got.
Yeah, tell them I was here.
Tell them I was here.
I'm not leaving one either. I'm not leaving one. I'm gonna sit here until the war's over. Now I'm not going. See,
Mom just gonna be sitting in the courtyard.
Yeah,
like you leave first. Like no, you leave first.
I'm a guest now. I'm a guest. I ain't going nowhere. See, my mama Raven. I'm here for right now, Mom. Mm-hmm.
I'm good for now, Ma. I like the show was amazing. I think the ending was great. It was very sad, very emotional watching that whole final episode with Queen Rhaenyra. Yeah, I said it. When Queen Rhaenyra had the baby.
Yeah, that was
terrible.
And
then all that stuff going on, it was just heart-wrenching. But that's what Game of Thrones is. That's what Game of Thrones is it kicks you in the gut. What's up, Q?
Uh-oh. Who was it?
He'll be back.
Okay. Somebody at the writer of that show, somebody's got a thing for childbirth scenes. Okay, I didn't need that. That was I've seen people get
it was like 15 minutes.
But it's poignant. It's a part of
I understand that. I saw
story.
It once. Like I didn't need to see it again. And my wife, she had all of our kids, and I was at the top end, and I didn't need to see anything that's happening down at the bottom. I don't need to see it.
You ain't catch the baby?
Listen, I was there for the baby when it counted. Okay?
You ain't cut the cord?
I didn't need to see I did cut the cord.
Okay.
Like I said, I was at the top, and I was like
reaching over,
like one of these things. But like that was crazy. The show, I've never seen a show like this, and that comes to mind where the time jumps actually helped. I think it helped push the narrative of the show, and it was good. I really enjoyed that show. I can't wait for it to come back. Now, Megan, maybe you know better than we do. They said that it's not coming back to 2024. Oh God, I was hoping you.
That's a
long time. Yeah.
Sorry. Yep. Well, it takes a long time to produce, and it's a lot of sets, a lot of VR work.
Meg, let me be mean real quick. Like I'll accept that as long as the CGI doesn't look like anything that Marvel is putting out right now. I was being mean, and I'm aware.
Queen Rhaenyra looked better the older she got. Like the last 4 or 5 episodes, she looked younger than she did, and that may just be the CG, but she looked better than she did when she first dropped on the scene.
So like Damon lost props putting his hands on it though. Like it's like I get.
The man
no, listen.
Yeah,
like,
I kind of saw that coming.
like I just like this was like he's been entertaining. Like I know who he is, but like I like Rhaenyra. I like her. I like the character. Don't put your hands on her, man. Don't do that, damn. Don't do that, man. Right, that's
I gotta change the subject.
You get your damn hands off her.
Get your God. You really think I should swear? Yes, goddamn it, George, swear. Get your goddamn hands off. I'm watching Back to the Future now this week.
Oh. I finally got to see the foot scene from episode 9. Finally got to see the foot scene. That was terrible. That was awful. And she should be brought up on charges because she knew what she was doing. She ain't true to the crown. She was let some dude.
And she's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
So she was, flashing them tootsies while her husband was
Right.
dying in a bed.
Flashing them
I
foots
didn't
for
I
some
haven't seen
nuts. It's like, wow. Overall, the show, I loved it. It was great. It was exactly what we needed after that final season of the original Game of Thrones story run.
Can we? I love to do the grade thing. Wait,
Oh,
wait. Did everybody speak? I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
y'all pretty much covered it. I mean, it was cool. We made fun of it. I don't know,
Chance,
maybe the foot
Chance,
scene didn't bother me. It was all right. It was what it was.
Oh, you haven't seen it. All right, everyone who's seen it, can I get some grades from you guys?
Oh, I'll give it an A. Honestly, I'll give it an A because I love the time jumps. I love the story. The character development was on point. The only gray area would be Crooked Foot. I can't remember his name to save my life, and that's kind of mean for me to say. Yeah,
Larry Strong.
I just,
Harlan's little brother.
He was an absolute.
Killed his brother and father for some feet.
That's a good reason, any.
No. You just identified. You just identified
Mrs.
yourself
Jones!
As
one
what?
One of those foot guys.
No. Pause that. No, put that back. Put that away.
I mean, he got issues with his family, so it is what it is.
Leave Uncle alone, man. I give it an A. I really enjoyed it. Strong was just he was a prick, but every story needs it. Every story needs a white worm, and that's essentially who he was. And I think that on a side note, Christian Cole needs to be killed.
That's who needs to die.
Yeah, Christian Cole needs.
Was he in that last episode?
No, the last time you saw him is when he put that marble through that old man's head.
Oh yeah.
That's the last time you saw him.
He became through somebody's head. What?
He put
his head through a marble.
He slammed his head in the table.
Being all emotional, being Carl Thomas again.
He was thinking with his penis again. Yeah, man.
Like, you gotta get over it.
She done had 5 kids. She done been pregnant 5 times, and you still over here thinking about it.
What's it? Go down to Flea Bottom and work all that out, okay? Like, Megs, what you got?
A. I love me some Matt Smith. So,
Jay,
I'll give it a C.
Word?
Yeah.
And
the dragons were lackluster.
What?
The foot fetish thing. The foot. I didn't watch it, so I'm just.
Go away.
Oh my god.
Oh. I fucking hate you.
Super Doom.
I love you too, Lou.
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I was just trying to think critically, y'all. I mean,
Put that. We went a couple weeks without that. We could have went a few more without it.
Come on, Mike, what you got?
I give it a B. I mean, I liked everybody. I didn't have any problem with anything except for that dude Cole. We keep the night, whatever his name is. Chris. Yeah, I didn't like him at all. Cole. I didn't have a problem. The infamous scene. I didn't have a problem with it. That's his fetish. Whatever. The guy with the bad foot likes feet. It is what it is. This is what it is. I didn't have a problem with it. What tripped me out though, that was the girl from Ready Player One. I was watching it earlier, and I was like, "Wow, I know her. Oh, yeah. That's why she looked familiar."
That was Artemis?
Yeah, that was Artemis. Yeah.
Yep.
Holy smokes! Never put that together.
Like I said, I happened to be watching it yesterday after I got home from class, and I was like, "Oh wow." What else? No, before work. I didn't have school yesterday. But anyway, trying to think, is there anything that really stood out? The dragons, to me, did look amazing. That was the highlight. And highlight the dragons and Damon. The same things I liked at the beginning and the same things I liked at the end. It didn't change. It's the same things I liked. So, and it was consistent. I wouldn't mind something. I'm trying not to say it, but there's no other way to say it. Besides football, I needed another happy ending. Game of Thrones needs some happiness, and something needs to happen. It's just always so depressing.
You're at the wrong show.
From this
Yeah,
story.
I know. But
I don't even think they grow grass in Westeros.
yeah, Westeros is a terrible place, but yeah.
They do in the Reach.
Yeah.
It's an A for me, guys. I really like the show. I thought it was as far as the the Game of Thrones franchise, it was a good bounce back from that last season. Terrence, did you see it?
No.
You see any of it?
No.
Remember, he was saying he's still mad at Game of Thrones.
Not mad, but just
he doesn't get mad.
I had no interest. Oh, I get mad.
I know you do.
Yeah. But yeah, I just had zero interest at the time that it started up, and then it got to a certain point where it was like, you know what, I may as well wait till it's all done so me and the wife can just, have a couple binge days. So that's what we'll do when I get some free time. Me and the wife will binge it. We'll catch up with you guys and talk about dragons and foot fetishes and all that good stuff.
Get it. Make sure you get it out of the way soon. Soon those kids will be running through the house, and your video library go from here to here. Like what you can. Like, take y'all asses to bed so I can watch movies with curse words in them.
Multiple kids.
All right, so that's the House of the Dragon out of the way. Anything else that you guys want to throw out into the multiverse?
Oh,
Doctor
yeah,
Who!
take your time. Go ahead.
Okay, I just need 5 minutes. So, the 13th Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, who I did not like, regenerated. So it was her last episode. It was her best episode. They brought back a bunch of the old companions. When I say old companions, I mean old, like 4th and 5th Doctor companion, 6th and 7th Doctor companion. They also brought back the old Doctors in like an inner monologue type situation where they had the 5th Doctor, 6th Doctor, 7th Doctor, and 8th Doctor. So you had a culmination of a bunch of, it was a bunch of people from Doctor Who, and it was really exciting to see all of them. Especially the end where they have like a, I'm gonna say like almost like a support group meeting of people who have all traveled with the Doctor but got left behind, or or wanted to stay behind. So they now have a support group where they can all, because they've all seen all these adventures out in space and time, and they can't talk about it with other people because they'll sound crazy. So now they have a group where they can all talk about it with each other. So there could be a spinoff if they ever decide to do it, like a spinoff of them. But what they did do was, so Jodie regenerated, and everyone thought that, because they had announced that the next Doctor was going to be Scooty Gatwa as the next Doctor. It's like, and when it came to her regeneration, all of a sudden it was David Tennant, who was the 10th Doctor, which this has never happened before. So David Tennant is technically the 14th and 10th Doctor, because it's not actually the same person. Or it's not really the same, even though it's the same body, it's not the same personality. At least that's what we know of right now. And the regeneration was crazy because he's like, I know these teeth. And he's like, what? And like completely freaks out at the end of the episode because realizing that he's back in the same body that he used to be in. So they're going to do a bunch of specials with him, but Scooty is going to be the 15th Doctor. And I'm just, it's so exciting, especially since they're changing showrunners to from Chris Chunball, who did an awful job, back to Russell T Davies, who's the guy who originally brought Doctor Who back in 2005, and bringing back one of everyone's favorite Doctors, which is Tennant, for the 60th anniversary and for Mike. For the 60th anniversary.
I ain't do nothing. your
for
fault
the
this camera
60th
for, man.
anniversary.
ain't doing
It's just it's exciting.
Piss on
So yeah, it's if you're a Whovian, it's enormous. So yeah, they're bringing it back to the people's favorite showrunner and people's favorite doctors. So we'll see where it goes, but I'm very excited. So
Sounds like it. Sounds like you're very excited about it.
yeah, I'm very. I was worried about Russell T Davies coming back.
I'm not doing nothing. That's just
We're just
rude.
like,
But I'm just excited, and I know there's a bunch of people who are in the group that are really excited as well. So
wow.
Oh my god, did you hear
That
that?
person's really excited.
Was that?
They're like, Doctor Who, yeah.
That's Clay watching the Phillies.
Did they win?
They're up by one. Top of the 10th.
Oh, beautiful.
They just went up by one. Top of the 10th.
I'm
what I'm
so
about to be
sorry.
doing.
Yeah, me too. No, it's
No,
okay.
that's great.
No, that's the right
Yeah.
attitude.
No, shout out to
So
Clay. He's
he's
keeping us
loud.
informed.
That's the right attitude.
Damn, man, keep that energy, dude. That is great.
Can you get him to shout, David Tennant!
Scooby!
Russell T Davies!
Shit. That's
Oh, and Doctor Who's going to be streaming on Disney Plus
sweet.
starting next year.
Nice.
So, if right now it's on HBO Max, but it'll be on Disney, which I don't know how
Disney's
I feel about.
buying up everything.
yo,
Hopefully,
like a
don't.
fire sale.
Hopefully, don't fuck it up.
Shit.
Oh,
Well,
boy.
do I have anything to throw out there in the universe? No. I can't think of anything in particular.
They go Tash with her hand up.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Ty.
I could talk about my assignment last week. So instead of being here, I was at a special screening for Glass Onion, which is the Knives Out sequel that's coming out. There was a special screening. I'm not going to put all the biz out there because I don't need people knowing where I'm at. But
Black and Thunder.
so
The hentai convention.
it was good. I only saw Knives Out a couple months ago, and then so I was like, okay, that's still kind of fresh in my head. Seeing this movie, I'm not going to talk about it in full detail, obviously, but it was definitely enjoyable. So if you liked Knives Out, definitely see this movie when it comes to Netflix, or if you want to see it in a theater, see it. Just make sure you check it out. And after the film, Dwyane Johnson was there to do a Q&A with the audience. So I got to see him, but I had no idea what he looked like until a few hours before the movie started. When I Googled, I was like, what does his face look like if he's going to be here? So I know
You're like, this is the guy that ruined Star Wars.
So
This motherfucker.
So it was definitely a good time. I can't say anything more other than just definitely check this out when it drops.
Oh, okay. Glass Onion.
Yeah, it's called Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery.
Okay. We have a restaurant around here. It's ringing a bell in my head. We have a restaurant. It's called the Purple Onion. Nothing to do with each other. I just weird.
I mean, I could mention some of the cast that's in it if you guys don't care.
No.
No.
Okay, so
don't spoil too much.
for the main cast, it was Janelle Monáe, Edward Norton,
Love her.
Dave Bautista.
Drax?
Yeah.
Hot dog, Nick.
Edward Norton.
Yeah. Edward
Oh,
Norton,
wow.
yeah. Kate Hudson, and Jessica Henwick.
Okay.
Ooh.
And I'm forgetting. I feel like I'm forgetting someone else. I am forgetting someone else, but I'm not sure where I know him from. Can't remember his name. But yeah, those are like the main actors that are in this film. Oh, and of course Daniel Craig.
Okay.
But there was another person, I can't remember his name, but yeah, it was a good cast. Good
That
cast.
guy.
Sweet. All right. I dig it. The Glass Onion. All right, T. What else we got? Anything else? We good?
I got
All
one more
right.
thing.
Beautiful.
I finished Flashpoint Beyond this week, which was a very good read. The Flashpoint universe is it's gonna survive, but it took a turn towards the end of that story. There are 12, 13 characters that are going to reestablish or pop into DC continuity who didn't exist before the time. I forgot what they're called. The time. What do they call them? DC Time Lords. They're dealing with an issue besides Batman, and they're
Doctor Who?
they know something is coming in Batman's future soon. Something that about his mother's family, which doesn't really get talked about a lot. They talk about the Waynes, but not really Martha's side of things. It's okay.
Sorry.
Why
But
did you say that name?
It's too easy.
you know what? We're about to just that argument on Monday. Part of it was that. But it was a good story. The Watchmen, it looks like they're going to try to put them in DC again, and it seems like they tried before and it didn't really go anywhere. It's a good read. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it was. I enjoyed the. Was it 6 issues? So if you're reading something, read Flashpoint Beyond. That universe they're probably going to have a series for that coming soon because it's going to continue to exist.
All right.
That's all I got for recommended reads.
Check that out.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Well, since he brought up
anybody wants to
comics,
put
I'm
out
just
there?
bring up real quick. I've been getting caught up on the Judgment Day thing.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is exhausting. Oh my god, it is. And I'm not even reading all the tie-ins. I'm just trying to just stick with the main,
main book
storyline, the Judgment Day, then the Eternals. It tied into each individual thing, but oh my god, this thing is exhausting. It's like each issue, like there's another one, another one. Stop it. I think we got 2 more left and it's done. And this thing is exhausting. I'm just ready for it. It's work to get through.
Yeah,
this
it is because they put all the, like we said before, they put important facts in the little side stories.
Right.
It's like, nah.
They have. Because you almost feel like you're missing something. Like Thor died and Cyclops and all this people is like, what is going on?
Thor died again?
What's
going on?
Yeah, that's like every couple of years for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is one more thing. I'm sorry, Mike, if you're not.
No, I'm good.
Emilia Clarke's character was spoiled by Disney itself as far as who she's going to be in Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to say it, but it's out there anyway. I'm more curious as to the sword aspect of that since we've already seen them in a capacity. So I'm setting myself up to be hurt again. So like I'm looking forward to Secret Invasion. Like I want to see what happens.
Sound like Marcus from Boomerang.
I'm ready. I'm ready to do this again. Fucking show.
I am ready to be hurt.
Yes. But that's that. I'm gonna watch that and watch Guardians. Anything after that, like if it don't even smell right, I'm not watching it.
Pause.
So,
What?
Tosh, you had something?
Yep. I re-looked up the cast for Glass Onion. I did miss Catherine Hahn. I forgot about that. But the guy who I couldn't...
Oh.
Yep.
Agatha.
The guy who I couldn't think of was Leslie Odom Jr. Okay.
Oh, God, I love him. He was, what's it called? He was in Hamilton. He was Aaron Burr.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Now I'm done.
He's got a great voice.
All right.
Is that a final?
Yeah, looks like we finally come to the conclusion of this episode. What number episode is this?
Oh, 103.
No, 49.
103.
Oh, wait. Why am I thinking we're in the hundreds?
49.
49?
Once a week, 52 weeks.
We took some off,
be around there. Yeah. I'm talking about Jay. He's like at 100.
Well, maybe because I'm thinking we're at a year. We're at 100 for some reason. I don't know why I'm conflating those two things, but
It's old pop math.
All right.
yeah, that is. You know, when you get old, you start getting the cataracts in the brain. You know,
In the brain? I thought it was on your eye.
Yeah.
one of those two places.
Oh, man.
That's anal glaucoma.
Fuzzy butt.
Giving you...
What the hell is she talking about?
Nothing. We're wrapping this up, man. We're putting a bow on it.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, B.
Wrap
See
it
the light.
up.
Well, there's no other business on the agenda. Lou, do you want to send us off in that way that only you can do?
Oh, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate the whole panel. I appreciate all of you guys, and I appreciate you listeners for clicking play, downloading, hanging out with us for 2 hours on whatever day you decide to listen to us. But it's a Friday night here. The Phillies are up by 1. I'm going to end it with that. But please, people, please be kind to all people that you meet, because you have no idea what they're going through. So from the entire Multiverse Limited podcast crew, Tash the Anime Queen, Meghan the Oracle, J Pat, a.k.a. Ultra Doom, Terrence T Money, Simon, QP the Source, and Mike Adam, a.k.a. Unk. Shout out to Rob, man. We miss you. Multiverse Limited podcast crew. Till next week, we're out. Peace.
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 Bye-bye.
Go to bed.
That's right.